One. No, I don't know. Look, okay, we've already begun. Just get over it. No, I promised you a one. I didn't promise you a two. You got a one this week. You're too late. I've already started the stream. You already got a number of that quantity. The quantity that comes between 2 and 0. You expect me to know what it is? Well, maybe we'll find it this week in Generations of Astria. In the last session, the party journeyed to the dungeon of the Sphinx, John Humanhead, but little did they know it was a trap to lure in Varin to use in a ritual to open up a dimensional rift and let countless terrors onto the plane. And in this time, let's see. So, what happened is Minerva, the dragon, got summoned to the dungeon because the party had access to level 9 spells within the combat of the dungeon, and Varin used the spell Gate and summoned Minerva, who departed the dungeon shortly after, and arrived back in town as everyone could see on the horizon this like large spherical dimensional rift that's like kind of hard to comprehend when you look at it. And a whole bunch of like dark creatures and evil things started letting themselves onto the plane. And let's see, Devrin revealed himself to be a Deva and started defending the town as well as Minerva. And so over the next few years, the town was frequently assaulted by monsters seeking a meal out of the townsfolk, or dark beings with an agenda, cultists, that kind of stuff. So Minerva trusts the care of Id to Devrin in the town, and travels frequently to other towns to help with the town's defense. And the spherical rift just kind of sits there. So then the Planetary Liberation Corps shows up, but they just kind of help defend the towns, since, the goddess isn't actually doing it, and that kind of proves their point. So they're just kind of, helping out. And the angels are too busy to, kill them. So 2 years after the incident, a major threat appears. A man with fiery red hair just kind of strolls into Fleur de Leon, and he demands to see Minerva and Id. And so Varia, the dwarven wife of Jackson K-Grip, Brandon's character, just tries to lie to him, but she fails her deception ability check, and the man reveals himself to be an adult red dragon who burns down the tavern, the inn, and several other buildings before stealing all the gold from the bank, vowing to return annually to enact vengeance on the town until he finds Minerva and Id. And Minerva and Id were underground at the time, and deduce that the stench in the sewers hid their presence, and Minerva is skilled enough to cloak their magic. So Minerva reveals that is Id's father, Ignatius, and he wasn't supposed to find them here. So Ignatius takes up residence in Minerva's mountain and makes good on his annual promise, coming back every year to burn some stuff down until they tell him where Minerva is. So then the next several years are filled with hardship, as Minerva's aid is a bit spread thin because she has trouble traveling, because assuming her dragon form is just going to attract the presence of Ignatius, so she can't do that as often. Solrin, the head solar angel, is also missing, and Astrid has her hands full, keeping the things from the Dimensional Rift at bay to the best of her ability, and there aren't enough other angels to be everywhere at once. So Flint Lockwood heads off into the wilderness on a quest a few years in, leaving his protege, Sam Sparks, a human gunslinger, behind to help defend the town. And then, recognizing the need to step up, Alex Turning and James Jimmy Pavier rise to the challenge of fending off the threats of the town, joined by Sam. Ava Hartwood, the wife of Cliff Hartwood, works to keep the barricade around town in good shape. And Varia K-Grip, with the aid of the Fonry siblings, make an effort to keep everyone fed. Adrian K-Grip, the child of Jackson and Varia, takes up an internship under the reluctant blacksmith Griffin, whose wife has perished in the attacks. But Adrian is working with him to help get him out of his depression of his wife dying and stuff. So Alain Revoir, the mayor of Snake Tongue, stepped down from being the mayor of Snake Tongue after the incident in Session 5 with him, killing a few people, and ended up moving to Fleur de Leon. He tried reforging his pact with his blade Somri, but it failed. So instead, he has passed that blade on to Arya Heartwood, daughter of Cliff and Ava, and eventually he trusts her with Somri to form a new pact and trains her in being a warlock. Meanwhile, Neil Heartwood, the other child of Ava and Cliff, aid in town defenses, rebuilding the inn and tavern every time Ignatius burns it down. So, with that out of the way, it has been 10 years since the old party and Varin have disappeared, save for Leona, who for some reason has reappeared back in town shortly after the incident and been here these past 10 years. Curious that. Anyhow, let me get some background sound going. And we shall begin. That is, I pushed the keyword over here. Whoops. Okay, so gotta click into this first, and there we go. So, it is evening, and you are all in the tavern for dinner. Adrian is here with Cliff after working on the blacksmith throughout the day. Varia is running the tavern as usual. It's a fall evening, so whoops, no, not that button. The fireplace is lit in the fall. Ava's here with Au revoir, and then let's see, Alex, Sam, and Jimmy are all here with Id. Minerva's out of town right now. Actually, Devon's out of town right now. All right. And so we're going to begin as Leona walks in looking for some food as well. Adrian's mom, Varia, walks over. So, how was your day? Griffin. Well, that's good. Did you learn anything new? Oh, I'm sure you'll improve with time. Right. Leona, as you enter into the tavern, where do you go to sit down? Which spot? Which end? Yes, that is the massive chair. That chair is typically for Ava. Okay. As you come and sit down, it is now a young silver dragon. She's no longer a wormling. She looks at him and is like, "Oh, hey, Leona. I'm doing all right. Mom's out of town, looking after other towns, keeping people safe. I'm all right. It kind of sucks having to live below town most of the time, but gotta hide from Dad because he's probably gonna burn down the town again soon. Yeah." As you're talking, Varia walks over. Yeah, and hope that that giant sphere on the horizon closes one day. Ah, thank you. I'm surprised your plants are still growing. As you say the word library, Cecilia teleports from across the tavern and appears next to you. Did someone say library? I've yeah, I've been doing my best to secure the books. The library's caught fire a few times, but thanks to our resident firefighter, hasn't burned down yet. Although I've heard, I've talked to Hallstein a little bit. Looks like he and Kjell are planning to move over to Mensheath at some point. We do need them here, but they need them there too. Mensheath is closer to a forest, and they're druids. So it looks like they're going to try and increase resource production over there. Probably. But I do like your idea. I'll look into moving. I'll talk to the kobolds and see if we can get an area dug out underground to move the library. Yeah, I thought about storing some of the books in the vault at some point, but considering Ignatius's first move was to break into the vault and steal all our gold, probably not the most secure location. As long as another dragon that values knowledge for its hoard doesn't show up, that'd be just the worst. So you can see red scales under id's silver scales. Like as it has grown up, you can see like the red scales shining through. Okay. Yeah. No, Ava's 11. Ari, yeah, Ari is 11. Ava's like over 250. But yeah, Ari is 11 years old. Yeah, he'd be 18 or older. Yeah. Yep. Anyhow, I'm gonna head out. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. So as Cecilia walks out the door, another individual that you have never seen before walks into the tavern. She stops for a moment, looks around, and then walks over and sits down at the open seat. Well, let's see. We've got the half cloud giant child that is 11 years old but 7 feet tall. We've got the were tiger ex warlock. We've got the divination wizard artificer. The young silver dragon with red scales interlaced between the silver. The gunslinger. The Leonin armorer. Jimmy, whatever he currently is. The blacksmith and his apprentice. Yeah, he's sitting next to you. Yeah. I mean, so like also in the also like in the room is sorry. Yeah, so Vario walks over and says, "Ah, welcome, ma'am. I don't think we've seen you before. Can I get you anything?" And the woman says, "Ah, yes. My name is let's see. My name is Melinda Goldberry. I'm a traveler from the kingdom to the north." Ah, yes, it is a rather perilous journey. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm quite capable. Anyhow, let me have a look at your menu. Do you have any of this stew on the menu? Varya nods and walks into the back. Ah, I look forward to it. Ah, I take it there's a story there? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So what you're saying is your parents caused the rift that is now allowing dark things into the plane? Hmm. Yeah, Jimmy's at the table. So Varya comes out of the back with the stew and serves it to the woman, who smells it, smiles, and begins eating. I'm just exploring the world, gathering information on the state of things. Not great. How are things here? Yes, I traveled through Mensheth on my way here. They mentioned something about a red dragon. Hmm. And how often does it come to town? Is it random or is it intervaled? Hmm. Interesting. I see. Unfortunately not, but where I come from, we do have quite a sizable army. A kingdom to the north called Xander. Thank you. The kingdom was named after our first king, Xander. Well, the capital of Xander, Xandria, is quite a sprawling metropolis. We got word of the whole world falling apart type deal before we actually had any threats approach town and had plenty of time to prepare. I mean, the kingdom of Xander has existed for well over 10 years. Well, I'm sure I'll be happy to know that the kingdom of Xander is looking into expanding and spreading its resources and aid to the various locales around the world. I'm afraid I must continue my travels and my surveillance of the land, but if you wish to speak to me, I will be spending the night in town. She finishes up her stew and pays Varia. Like, she says, "If you have any more information for my survey, I'd be more than happy to hear it. But until then, I bid you adieu." She stands up and exits. Very nice. Like, you should stop by the Foundry Delights next door. Pick up some goodies for them. All right. As you get up to leave, this man over here comes and walks over to the group. He's like, "All right, guys, I need. Looks like we got a situation, and you all know this to be Durnan Foxbite, the local head of the Planetary Liberation Corps. They have an agenda, whether you agree with it or not. Up to you. Yeah, you've known him for quite some time, yeah. I just got word that we have a situation at the south of town. He holds up a stone, a sending stone. No, I just got word, and we're now wasting time. Varia nods. Good luck defending the town. Yep. Yeah, no, you are all aware that Arya is 11 years old, but you keep forgetting. Alrighty. So, you guys run down the path to the south of town, and you can see as you run down the path an approaching small group of, as they get closer, you can see these are orcs running up through the gate. Oh, they look like they're angry, and they're here to loot. All right, we need an order. I yeah, I need an order of individuals. Like placement before you do that. Okay, you were spaced out a little bit. Is that good? All right, everyone roll initiative. And because I don't want to keep track of 5 orc initiatives, they're going to roll once. Alrighty, so All right. Jacob. Brandon. Aubrey. Nick. Jen. Jen stepped away for a moment, didn't she? Okay. Well, yeah. Wah. All right, I'll put her at the end of initiative then. Hey, I bothered to give this guy stats. Great. You do have a barbarian. The barbarian has 7 strength. What the heck? I may have made a mistake giving you a young red dragon. It is half silver, half red, but Id's breath weapon is fire, so this combat might be over quickly. I probably shouldn't have lined up the orcs like that. For reasons of this. Alright, it depends on what the orcs roll for initiative. Not well, oh my gosh. Almost everyone is going before the orcs, okay. Okay. Okay, so it is going first. Then Olo, Durnan, and Jacob, then Nick, and Sam, then Brandon, then the orcs, then Aubrey, then Jen. Oh, Jen rolled a 13. No, she rolled a 13. She didn't roll twice, she just rolled a 13 for initiative. It says initiative 13. All right, well, we're just going to squeeze her in 15, 12. We're going to squish her in. Yeah, we're going to squish her in at 3.5. So Jen is going fourth. All right, so Id's going first. It is going to move here and end the combat. All right, so that's going to be 16d6. It's a young red dragon. Look, I gave you guys a dragon wormling. It's been 10 years. Canonically, that's a young dragon. It could be worse. Minerva could be in town. Why is the DC 17? None of them met that. Oh, that one's not dead. That one's not dead. That one is. That one's not. None of them are dead. But based on the fact that one of them drops dead from that, you can assume that they're like one shot. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, no. On average, that should have killed 4 of them. Actually, on average, it barely didn't kill 4 of them. With that, it is now Olo's turn. Uh, bu- 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 None of them are in range. She's going to move up. It is now turn 3, which is Dernan's turn. He is also going to move up. It is now Jen's turn. The closest one to you is 45 feet away. I'd allow 40, though. You have Ray of Frost, right? Magic Missile, then. Magic Missile hits 3. Yeah. Each missile can target something different. And hey, look, there's 3 targets that are very close to death. All right, which one is that going for? All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull up your character sheet and I'm gonna edit Magic Missile because I want it to just roll the correct damage. Higher level casting. All right, there we go. It should now roll correctly. It will roll all together, but we can just look at the rolls. Um, cool. So you've done 4, 2, and 4. So we'll go with those numbers, but yeah, you can test it. It'll ask you for a spell amount. There we go. Yep, there we go. 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3. Yep, it now works correctly. I mean, you got this. You got like the inverse of your rolls. Anyway, yeah. So you have a 4, 2, and a 4. Which ones do you want to hit? In order. Back ones. Which one do you want to hit with a 2? Well, that didn't kill. That didn't kill. None of those killed. Okay. All right. Do you have any bonus actions? All right. Next up is Jacob. Then. Which one are you? You are way back here. You are 40, 45 feet away. 40 feet away. You've had to deal with orcs before, not necessarily. You don't know if it's these orcs, but you've dealt with orcs before, yes. 30 feet? He fails. He has taken damage. That is correct. Should. That didn't do it. Okay. Um. Oh, like what when you smite something? It's a free action, but it requires a hit with a I believe a melee weapon. Sure. Well, make an intimidation check. Seven just barely doesn't cut it. All right. Um. Next up is Nick. Lightning bolt. Oh. The gauntlet, right? Okay. Roll attack. You can just roll a d20 and then add your stuff, and then while other turns are happening, you can set it up. Which one are you attacking? Back right. 19 will hit. That's correct. You've killed him. A 10 does not hit. All right. After Nick is Sam. After Sam is Brandon. So Brandon, you're after this turn. Let's see. So Sam is going to move here. And Sam is going to break out the small guns. Let's see. And Sam is going to use multi-attack. And attack the orc in the middle. So this one. Oh, I don't have toggle. I have toggle now. A 12 will not hit. 16 will not hit. All right. That's going to be. Let's see. However, no. Sam can use a bonus. Sam is using light weapons, so but has to reload. So we'll reload one of the pistols. All right. Let's see. Yep, that'll be Sam's turn. And is now Brandon's turn. After Brandon is the orcs. Okay. 30 feet is all your movement. You can move there, yes. So you can go as far as this. You want to go there? Okay. Okay. All right. It's a con save. Uh, yep, con save. So with those rolls. Okay. So the one on the right succeeded with a nat 20. Let's see. The other ones. Yes and no. So the left and right most ones succeeded, the middle one failed. And the damage is 12 damage. So this one takes 12. Kills it. This one takes 6. Kills it. This one takes 6. All right, the remaining orc is going to get really really angry. And let's see. It is 2 attacks. All right. So it is going to multi-attack against Id. I ain't gonna cut it. That's also not gonna. Well, yeah, that'll cut it. All right, so yeah, the 19 will hit Id. All right, so it's gonna be 10 plus 4 slashing damage. It's 14 damage to Id. All right, that's gonna be his turn. Let's see. It is technically immune to fire, but no other resistances or immunities. All right. So let's see. Oh, its breath weapon is recharged. All right. Do we overkill? Yeah, we overkill. Let's see. So 16d6. Wait. Oh, wait. No, that's right. The orcs are not the last in the turn order. My bad. The next is Aubrey. Huh? Oh, him. Okay. Yep. Okay. That counts as two. I'll let it stand. Those will both hit. All right, he's not dead yet. I rolled a 3, which means now we're back to the top of the turn order. That's a lot of damage. All right, so it just kind of uh breathes fire again and just completely burns this guy to a crisp, hitting all the other bodies in the process and burning those to absolute crisps. What do you do? Okay, there's only one body to loot. It burned 4 of them. Let's see. They're a bit hot. They're a bit too hot to touch right now. But the 4 orcs in the back have long swords, javelins, and the one in the front has a great axe and a spear. Okay. All right, so let me grab this. So one great axe. Yeah, you can. Great axe. There is a spear somewhere. Spear. Uh, okay, 4 long swords and 4 javelins. Okay. Yeah, the great axe is it's pretty big. Okay, so you get the great axe, and here's the rest of the items. Distribute as you see fit. All right, who else? Who gets all the weapons? Oh, I didn't set your inventory. Whoops. Anyhow, yeah. So 4 of the bodies are ash, and the last one is a burnt corpse. It's a very important detail about the world's lore. Okay. As you were talking, back at town, you see an explosion of fire in the town square. It responds, "I don't sense Ignatius's magic. I don't think it's him." Okay. So you send Somri ahead as you guys also head in that direction. All right. So can you communicate telepathically with Somri? Um, yeah. Okay. So Somri gets there first and reports back. It looks like we got some fire elementals and maybe a cultist. So you guys get back to town square. There are a number of people running away in fear. Um, and let's see. Yeah. Okay. Um, so you guys get to town square. Some of the trees are on fire. Um, and there are two fire elementals that are to the left and to the right, and what looks to be some cultist based on his attire, standing in the middle of town square. All right. Everyone roll initiative. All right. So Jen, 18. But Jacob. Jacob. Initiative. Brandon. Aubrey. Nick. All right, my turn. 2, 3, I need 4 initiatives. Let's see. I'll ignore the first one. Click this instead. Okay, and then oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okie dokie. I need 3 more. All right, let's see what these stats are. This one, plus 3. Okay, so Jacob goes first. And Jen, then Id, then Sam, then one of the elementals. Alright, so it's 13, and then so then we're down to the 10s. There's two of them. So then the other elemental, Alo, then Brandon, then Durnan, then the Warlock, then Aubrey, and then Nick. So up first is Jacob. Jen, you're next. Yeah, fire elementals. All right. The center of the party is 50 feet from the Warlock, 45 feet from the left elemental, and 60 feet from the right. Let's see. From you in particular, the Warlock is 50 feet. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right, Jen, you're up. Next up is Id. Because the party didn't reorient when they ran back from the other encounter. You'll need line of sight. There's trees in the way. You'll need to move up about 10 feet. Jen? All right, whatever. Ray of Frost. All right, 17 does hit. Let's see. Really doesn't have vulnerability. Okay, well, 13 damage. That's an oversight. Alrighty. After Jen's turn, it is Id's turn. Id's going to caution the party. Guys, this is a lot of fire. We need to put this out, like, really soon, or it's going to attract Ignatius. Alright, so let's see. Id is going to take flight and let's see. It is going to move over to this tree and attempt to extinguish the fire. Let's see, what kind of check is that? Survival? Or nature? Let's see. Either way, id succeeds in extinguishing this fire. Why can't I put this fire out? That fire refuses to be extinguished. That is strange. With this fire. That fire extinguishes just fine. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just that, and then we're gonna. There we go. There we go. Fire extinguished. Good to know. I'll make a note that that's a bug. All right. After id is Sam, and after Sam is the elementals. All right. So let's see. So Sam has reloaded her guns, and is going to move to here. Actually, to here. And she's gonna attack with the palm pistols. All right, that is going to hit. Damage. 7 piercing. All right. And it is resistant, so it is going to take half that. All right, and so that was light weapon fighting. So light weapon is going to attack with the second palm pistol. Oh, that's a crit. All right, so that's going to be 7 damage. The elemental. And is then going to take the multi-attack with the pistol. And misfire. All right. That's going to end Sam's turn. After Sam is the elementals, 5, 6, and then Allo is on 7. Brandon is after Allo. All right, so let's see. What do these things have? All right, so this one's going to attack Sam with 2 fire attacks. Plus 6 to hit, so that's going to be an 11, and less than 11. If I remember correctly, I can just look on here. Yeah, neither of those is going to hit. So the other elemental is going to... How much movement does this have? 50 feet. Okay. It's going to move to there. And it's going to attack Durnan. Both of those are going to hit. Let's see, 18 plus 6. It's going to be 24 damage. Oh dear. How much HP did he have? Well, that's not right. He had more than 10 HP. I'll give him 30 HP, so I'll give him back to 6 HP. Cool. Alright, so he's at 6 HP. After them, let's see, is 7, which is Allo's turn. Allo is going to also head towards the Warlock. Alright, after Allo, it is Brandon's turn. Yep. Yeah, he looks like a cultist. If you want, you can make an insight check. Yeah, so he's wearing cultist robes, but you can't tell either way aside from that. Okay. Right. Yep. Yep. That'll work. All right. He needs to make a save. It's a wisdom save. He fails. All right. Let me look up paralyzed real quick. Paralyzed. It's not on this list. It's on the other one. Incapacitated. Can't move or speak. Wow, that just sucks for him. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, so after Brandon is Durnan's turn. After Durnan is the Warlock's turn. So Durnan's going to attack twice. All right, I'll let both of those hit. 10 damage. Habit to 5 because resistance. All right. Let's see. Next up is the Warlock's turn. It repeats its saving throw, correct? On the at the end of each of its turns. It fails to save. It is still paralyzed. It is now Aubrey's turn. After Aubrey is Nick, and then we're back to the top of the turn order. Almost. You would need to move up a little past the tree. Like from here? That could work. You were here. Yeah, you were there. I looked at that. Yeah. To the left. Yes, 60 feet. Okay. So up to here. He's now 30 feet away. All right. All right. Yeah. He is. I do believe that is the case. Double checking now. That is the case. All right. That'll hit. Where does the extra 3 damage come from? Ah, right. Okay. So how much total? 22? All right. Okay. Nick. Oh, okay. Okay. Nick, it is your turn. Nice. All right. Anything else? All right. We are back to the top of the turn order. It is now Jacob's turn. Jen, you're up next. Mhm. You are right here. So 20 feet direct distance, 25 feet to walk around the well. If you want to make an acrobatics check to jump through the well, I'll let you, but if you fail, you'll fall into the well. If you move if you move like 18 feet, yeah, you can be right next to him. What's your plan, Paladin man? Do you move next to him? Okay. Is it the one that gives you advantage? It varies by divinity, I think. Oh, well, you have advantage. Yeah, he's paralyzed. Actually, yeah. Yes, he's paralyzed. All right, 22 will hit. No, he very well might be. 12 damage. Okay. All right, so a total of 18 damage. He dead. Are you still concentrating on the spell? All right, so yeah, as Jimmy hits him, he kind of gets knocked over, but he's like still stiff. Divine Smite is not a spell. Yeah, Divine Smite is actually a free action. It expends a spell slot, but it's actually not a spell, to my knowledge. Let me go this real quick. Oh my gosh, Divine Smite is not a spell, yet is fueled by spell slots. Because it's not a spell, it is not affected by things like Rage that prevent spell casting. That's fun. Okay, yeah, so no, it's not a spell. On. He fails. Okay, the corpse doesn't change. He's been dead, yes. I did. I said he was dead, and this whole time there's been an X on his character on the screen. Yeah, uh-huh. Yep. With the world on fire. Okay, I guess we know what kind of person Jimmy is now. Okay. All right. If you're finished, are you finished with your turn then? Oh, all right. Oh, Jen, you're up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, Jen, your turn. Okay. Alrighty. That's fine. This is the last part of the session. It's a short session today. So you guys just need to finish this encounter. But how you finish the encounter will affect things. Yeah, but the world's still on fire. And there's also still two fire elementals, you know. Mm, That's not a nat 20, but it's a modified 20, and it will hit a tree, yes. This bug is annoying. Fix it later. Alright, you extinguish one of the trees. Alright. After Jen, it is turn 3, which is Id, then Sam, then the elementals. So it is going to attack this elemental. Let's see. 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. Okay. Bite, claw, claw. So the bite is going to miss somehow. The other 2 are not going to be so unfortunate and are going to hit. Which is going to be 66 plus 12. Which is going to be 38, but that is, I believe, slashing damage, which it resists. So it's going to have 15 plus 4 is 19 damage. All right. After Id is Sam's turn. Sam is going to. Gosh, Sam is like gonna use multi attack to reload the guns. All right. Yeah, that'll be Sam's turn. Then it is the elemental's turn. So let's see. This elemental is going to attack Sam twice. Let's see. So it has 6 miss and hit. So that is going to be 2d6 plus 3 damage. So it's 10 damage to Sam. Alright. This other elemental is going to move around Id next to these trees and use multi-attack. Catch them both on fire. Alright, let's see. Then it is turn 7, which is Olo's turn. And then it's Brandon's turn after Olo. Although this creature did leave this guy's range, so it'll provoke opportunity, get hit. Damage. Anyway, so Olo is going to move and extinguish this fire. All right. It is now Brandon's turn. Over to here. Or over here. Okay. All right, make an attack roll. That'll hit. 4 damage. All right. Is that it? Aren't you a bard? Are you still a bard? All right. Cloud giant. But yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so that's your action and your bonus action. So after Brandon, it is turn 9, which is Durnan. Let's see. Durnan's gonna move over here and extinguish a flame. Alright, after Durnan is the Warlock, who is dead. So it is now Aubrey's turn after Aubrey's Nick. Alright. Yeah, Hex is a spell. Okay. 'Okay. Those will both hit. 25. Very nice. Alright. Alright, so Somri was up here. So over closer to here then? 40 feet? Alright, it's gonna move up over there then. Yeah, I can reach. Okay. So, 21 will hit, yes. 20. Alright, so the damage is piercing, it'll take 2 then. Alright. Alright, it takes 4. Alright. Let's see. So next up is Nick's turn. All right, you don't have to roll for that. Pick a fire to put out. Okay. All right, is that it? Alrighty. Next up is the top of the turn order. So it is Jacob's turn. Jacob is not with us right now, so he's going to extinguish this fire. After that is Jen's turn. Okay. All right. That's it. Okay. Next up is Id's turn. It is going to multi-attack the creature. Do Id's attacks count as magical? I don't think they do. Doesn't say anything about it, so I'm going to assume no. It's just a magical creature that's biting you in a very mundane fashion. Well, let's see. So hit, miss, hit. So that means 2d10 plus 2d6 plus 12. It's going to be 24, 26, 36 damage, 18 damage. All right. That's going to be Id's turn. Next up is turn 4, which is Sam, and then the elementals. So Sam is going to multi-attack with the palm pistols. Ooh, okay. So the first one misses, but the second one crits. It's going to deal 18, which is 9 damage. All right. Actually is going to use a grit point to give advantage on that first attack. And still miss. Okay. And that was light weapon fighting. So we'll use multi-attack to reload one of the pistols. All right. Next up are the elementals. Let's see. This one here is going to move and set 2 fires. This one is also going to set 1 fire and attack Adrian. Does a 19 hit? Brandon? All right. Correct. All right, take 13 fire damage. Oh, I didn't read that part. You're also on fire. And until you take an action to douse the fire, you take 5 fire damage at the start of each of your turns. All right. Or you could fail your acrobatics check through the well. All right. So after the elementals is Olo's turn, then Brandon's up. So Olo is going to move and extinguish one of these fires. All right. And then it's Brandon's turn. Okay. So kind of like this area ish. All right, so yeah, you will take 5 damage. Okay. So you're casting Shatter. All right, that would be a con save. It passed, but it will take half. Okay. Jen, don't you have portents? You can see that elemental. You can see it attempting to dodge the Shatter. It fails to dodge the Shatter. Yep. It'll take 17. All right. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, the trees splinter as you cast Shatter. They were already a bit burned, but they just kind of break. All right. Let's see. So after you said a bonus action, right? Uh, After you is Durnan, and then Aubrey and Nick. Aubrey already has an inspiration. You're standing next to a a silver red dragon. Has still missed one of all their attacks on their turn. Yeah, but bear in mind, the elementals are also starting new fires on their turns. All right. So up next is Durnan's turn, who is going to extinguish this fire. Then it is Aubrey's turn. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll hit. That will not. You can. It'll hit. If the AC is 13, using the inspiration will make it hit. 20 force damage. That'll miss. Nope. All right. Um, can't even port in that sucker because Summary's invisible. Oh, when it attacks, yeah. Oh well, it's still not the heavy hitter. So, oh, roll 3d6 poison. Okay. All right. So it is now Nick's turn. Alrighty. So that concludes this round. That is the third round of combat. These trees fall apart on fire. All right. So first up is Jacob, who is going to go extinguish this fire. Second up is Jen. Yes. Which one? All right. You need. I guess you don't need line of sight. Okay. Nope. So it's now Id's turn. Id's going to fly over this sucker and get advantage on all these attacks. All right. Let's see. All of those are gonna hit. 2d10 plus 6 plus 18. All right, that's gonna be 45 damage, which is halved to 22. I did that to the wrong thing, didn't I? Pretty sure. I did, yeah. There we go. All right. So that is Id's turn. Let's see. After Id is Sam's turn. Who is going to uh reload and then attack twice. Both of those will hit for a total of 9 damage. All right. And also take 5 fire damage for being on fire. After Sam, it is the elemental's turn. This elemental is going to move and attack Arya. Does a 16 hit? Aubrey? Does that does not hit. All right, and then it's going to start a fire. Yeah. All right, and then the other one's going to attack Brandon. Does a 12 hit? I'd guess no. All right, and then it's going to start a fire on this tree. All right. It is now turn 7, which is Olo, and then it's Brandon's turn. Olo is going to attack. One of those will hit. So, no, it's a large elemental. Yeah, technically speaking, these things should have been bigger, I think, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I didn't update id, so oops. I mean, I'm kind of taking some liberties with the sizes of things so that you can fit inside buildings. Yep, it is your turn, Brandon. Hmm. Who's getting hit? Also take 5 damage, you're on fire. Have I done that yet? Rules is written, that's correct, but I can't imagine you burning alive forever. He wouldn't be conscious, though. Not only that, is he going to be unconscious forever because he can never heal because he's on fire, but he can never die because of the Periept? Magic! Look, you're the source of the idea. Okay. You still have a bonus action. Okay. After you is Durnan, then Aubrey, then Nick. Durnan's going to put out this fire. It is now Aubrey's turn. If it's written, yes. Unless you have a feat that supersedes that. Yes. I'm not taking the crossbow extra feat, says the half cloud giant wielding a crossbow. Okay. That doesn't hit. For sure. But that first one hits. Correct. That spot is also, well, the tree is technically on fire, and I just put it there, so that spot is not on fire. That'll hit. Ba-ba-ba. 12. All right. All right. After Aubrey's Nick's turn. After Nick, we're back to the top of the turn order with Jacob, who is going to extinguish a fire, and then Jen. All right, Nick. Before we take your turn, it looks like Jimmy is gonna have that fire taken care of way over there on the other side of the battlefield. All right. That'll hit. It's dead. You swoop in. Yeah. Yeah. You said you swoop in. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry, I thought you said that. Anyhow, yes, there's still fire. You still have movements and a bonus action, although extinguishing a fire is a full action. You've seen that these people are running away. They're pretty far away by now. Um, you don't see any other problems in the immediate area. All right, that takes us back to the top of the turn order. Jacob is going to extinguish this. Jen, it's your turn. All right, you put out the fire. All right, after Jen is Id's turn, who still has advantage. All of those are gonna hit. So maybe this one. 47, which halves to 23. The fire elemental. All right, which is still alive after Id's turn. So it is now turn 4, which is Sam, who is going to expend some movement to get over to here and reload both pistols. All right. Let's see. After Sam is turn 5, which is the elemental's turn. It's going to continue attacking Brandon. All right, so that's +6. No, maybe. Yeah, +6. Okay. That's a minus D8, right? Roll your D8. Yeah. So it's an 18 minus your D8. It is now a 16. Does that hit? All right. You're going to take 11 fire damage, and you're on fire. Oh, 5 is the average. It's actually 1d10 fire damage at the start of your turns. Oops. I like to roll for things. So I guess we'll stick with 5 for now. Alright, after turn 6 is turn 7. It is Alo's turn, then Brandon's turn. Alo is also going to make his way over this way. Brandon, it's your turn. Yeah. It is not doing well at all. That'll hit. 10 slashing, so half to 5. Alright. That doesn't kill it. Alright. So after Brandon is Dernan's turn. It's going to hit, and that's going to kill it. Alright, so with that, the fire elemental is extinguished and drops an essence of, both of them drop an essence of flame. So Nick, rewards times. You get a CR4 material from the orcs. You get a CR4 material from the warlock. You get 2 CR5 materials from the fire elementals. Two CR4, 2 CR5 total. And for flavor purposes, it's orcan flesh, a warlock magic stuff, and 2 essence of fire. Flavor that as you will. All right. All right. So, the elementals are gone, the fires are extinguished, and you've only lost like, I don't know, 5 trees. Yeah, you're fine. All right. As you're doing that, this tree falls over and burns to the ground as well. Or not burns to the ground, but like it no longer has the stability to stay up.
I think you're looking for a druid.
Yeah, I think you're looking for the resident druid who may or may not be moving.
Guys, I have bad news. My desktop audio was muted this whole time.
Your desktop what?
I see.
So nothing you guys have said has come through the stream.
Lovely.
Oh no!
Oops.
This is gonna be a really quiet stream.
Yeah.
Well, luckily this is part of the main story.
This is
Yeah.
part of the main story.
I mean, this is more of a filler session anyway. It's more to establish where where we are in the time skip and the state of things.
The importance of our kids' tragic upbringings and lack thereof. Upbringing, that is. There's plenty of tragedy.
Okay. So That combat lasted about 25 seconds. If it had gone for about 30, you would have had some problems.
Like things would have exploded?
Like red dragon problems.
Oh, cool. Glad to see that our characters live to the next session.
Hmm.
I like our time. I think we did well.
Congratulations, speedrunners. Anyhow,
Hey,
it
we put
says,
out
all
fires.
right, I think we put out the fires fast enough. I don't think Dad is going to show up.
That's good. I don't like your dad.
Yeah, he's a
When
bit
this is
rude.
all over, when it's all
So,
over, we need better child protection services.
so, speaking of which, Alex, did you want to go talk to that dead guy?
Oh yes.
I'm just gonna sort of
I
like
want to
start.
know which crazy cult is after us this time.
I'm
All
just
right,
gonna
Jordan
sort of
says,
like
I'm going to
start
go
running
report
off.
to Roger what happened.
You do that. All right, we're gonna talk to the dead guy, and we can do that either in session or out of session.
You can do that in
Leona's
session,
gonna
that's
go
fine.
pick up her groceries and go back to her kids, make sure they're okay.
Okay.
Bye, Leona. Thanks again.
Also, as we're walking over, I pick my loot back up, and
Mm.
I'm gonna pop a cure wounds off on myself. Yeah, I just need like a little bit of health. Oh wow, that's a bit more than a little bit.
Also, Nick, you get an extra CR4 ingredient from the Warlock.
Oh, it's a good day.
Yeah, no, he was actually supposed to escape. Like, the monster card I pulled out is specifically designed for this guy to be able to escape, but he couldn't do anything because he got paralyzed. So to reward you guys for actually killing him, you get an extra component.
That's
Speaking of
not
looting, what sort of stuff does he have on him?
robes.
Spellcasting foci,
Ooh, what sort of
some
focus?
weird magic components, probably for alchemy or artificery. Um, some essence of fire, like CR4 essence of fire.
Yeah,
I guess Nick takes that.
yeah,
Yep.
I've already had.
Yeah, I guess Nick, do you also take like the weird artificer magic components?
Yeah, that's stuff he got.
Hmm.
You can use that to
What
make
type of
magic items.
We
what
do
type of
like the
foci
magic
does he
items.
have?
Um, it appears to be a glowing red crystal.
I would like to keep it if no one would object.
You may, but you better examine that thoroughly before you know
Oh,
you end up
I'm just gonna put it in my room. It just looks kind of cool.
Okay, no, 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 no. There will be no putting mysterious glowing crystals in your room and not thinking about it further. You are detecting magic and identify on that sucker, and if you can't, I can.
All right, we can do that later then. But
You're not,
first,
you are not bringing it to your room before we do that, mister.
yeah, you're not my dad. And I toss it in my
None of us
bag.
have our dads. Let's be clear about this.
And I'd like to toss the cool glowing red crystal in my bag before it's just sort of crouching down next to, well, the dead guy. It's like, okay, body looted, now time to talk to the soul. And I would like to cast Speak with
Soul.
the Dead.
All right, the soul manifests.
I'm gonna quickly look and be like, what do you want to ask it?
Who sent you to attack our town?
Ignatius, or not, Infernus. Infernus sends his regards.
Who's in Furnace?
If you don't know who Infernus is, you're in for a hot time.
Great.
Oh.
Leona from across town. Boo.
Get better material. Pulls out his cards. Hot time. Like,
Um,
can't take the heat.
What was your plan here in town?
Sacrifices for Infernus.
What was your plan for these lines?
I'm gonna have to do another casting for him to answer that, Jen.
Do we ask our questions?
All right, I'll tell you now. He refuses to answer anything further.
Well,
Sure.
that's actually good because I'm pretty sure that I can only ask 3 questions, right?
Per casting, yeah.
And once I do a casting on him, I can't recast it on him for another 10 days. So either way, we're out of luck at least for another week and a half. So
Well, we can keep his body around for a week and a half. Put it with all the other growing piles of bodies. You
we have a
know,
lot of
like
bodies.
fruits. Yes. Yes, it's
Y-
also the end of the world. So,
You should just do what I do and throw it in the river. That's where I throw all my problems at.
we need to talk about how you handle your problems.
Well,
Like,
first, do you
really.
want to go inside, maybe grab a burger, and
We just you know what? Sure.
I guess while we're in there, can you magic this rock?
No, I'm gonna magic this rock here and now. I'm not bringing it into the tavern. I'm not bringing it into anyone's house. We're doing it here. And if it's evil, we're chucking it out of town. And if it's not
Chucking
evil,
it in the river.
In the river?
In the river.
you all need to stop solving your problems by throwing your problems into the river.
But carcasses go so well in the river.
All right,
You
so
can
Nick, you're
go into
casting
the
detect
river.
magic.
Yes, first detect magic.
All right. This object is a spell focus, and it has some sort of magic on it. Make me an
Cool.
Arcana check.
Oh, I was gonna cast identify next, but sure. Arcana, Arcana. That's a skill that I do have. 21.
This appears to be some type of advanced sending stone.
Okay, well now we can smack talk the big bad and piss them off all the faster.
Ooh, I want to do that.
Absolutely not. I am not letting you have this under any circumstances.
No. I already called dibs. You said I could have it. And I kind of pull it back to myself.
It chimes in. Can I eat it?
No, and probably a terrible idea. You can ask your mother. James will just sort of, not James, sorry. Alex will just sort of lift like 10 feet into the air out of reach. Like, no. I'm revoking your right to.
It's gonna
smack
fly
talk.
10 feet in the air to match you, and then fly another 5 feet higher.
Would you? I don't need this right now.
I'm gonna look and be like, Alex, can I please have it back if I promise not to smack talk the bad guy?
No.
Please?
No.
You said I could have it.
That
He
was
did say he
before I
could
knew
have
you
it.
could contact the bad guy.
Actually, wait. I have an idea.
I don't like this.
No, I don't think it's just to talk to the big bad. Can you bring that back down for a moment?
Absolutely not. You can tell me your plan before I hand it back to you.
Sam chimes in. We could throw it in the well.
Well, can we stop throwing things into water as our solution?
I would like to look at me like, I have a theory.
Wait, no. What else
I-
have you thrown into the well? No. What else have you thrown into the well?
A couple things.
Why would you throw stuff in the well? That's where we get water.
Now that you mention it, the
What?
water has tasted
What?
kind of funny.
We drink out of that.
Hey, anyway, I'm gonna look up at you and be like,
How have we
So-
survived this long?
so my idea is that we try to cast it on one of us. Maybe it's just general sending.
You do realize that if that goes wrong, you know what? No, I'm casting Identify on this. I want a clearer understanding of what this does. I'm expending another spell slot to cast
Alright.
Identify. Do I learn
So-
anything new?
This is an advanced type of sending stone. It appears to be connected to something else, though. The communication seems to be some sort of constant communication, like it's constantly absorbing data from what's around it and sending it somewhere.
Oh, great! It's observing everything. Maybe we should throw it down the well.
No, it's the river. The river sweeps away all life's
The
problems.
river goes down. Oh my gosh, are you the reason why Riverhead has been having so much trouble? You just keep putting things in the river and it just goes downstream until it reaches that town?
I've been trying to. I haven't been thinking about it.
Clearly.
You
It's just out of
Well-
sight, out of mind with you, wasn't it?
know, I really like the look of that rock.
That is a
And-
real shame.
You said I could have it.
I am taking back my statement that you can have it now that I understand what it does. Better yet, we should get rid of it.
Okay, fine. Let me get rid of it at
I'm not
least.
letting you get rid of it.
But couldn't you use that?
What am I going to do? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to send
Tell
the
him
big
to
bad
go
guy
away.
cards? Get well card? You want me to what?
No, tell him to go away.
Nick, we retcons that Ari was left behind, right?
Ari's in the suit with
All right, yeah.
Alex.
Um,
That's a good question.
You-
What does Ari think?
yeah, you hear information from Ari like, I have information regarding the stone. I've seen things like this before. Basically, it can hear things nearby and has line of sight to about 10 feet out, but is only direct line of sight. If you cover it up and sound dampen it, it will retain its magic but won't be able to detect anything.
Great, we're gonna put it in the box.
Oh, can I put it in my box?
Absolutely not.
Fine, you're no fun.
Can I put it in my box?
You see the things that we deal with on a weekly basis. Of course, I'm
Yes,
not
so,
fun.
so I'm surprised that you don't trust me with it.
Would you trust me?
You are
Brandon,
11.
I'll let you choose if your character is the shenanigans type, or you can roll for shenanigans.
I'm gonna look at
Uh,
Alex. Yeah, but I'm bigger than you.
Yes.
Why?
And I
Why?
want to put up that Alex floating off the ground is probably finally eye level with your
I
character.
mean, I feel like my character getting rid of all of his problems in the river kind of explains it all.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
then I'm gonna make you roll deception to not appear shenaniganery. The DC is
we've
20.
been doing stuff together for 5+ years. I don't think I need an inside check to
21!
know whether or not he is lying about his shenanigans. Experience tells me this is not a good idea. I'm gonna go put it in a soundproof
Yeah,
box.
and experience was a DC of 20.
No,
I give-
no.
I
As
give
do
you-
not.
I give
I
you
don't
big
have
odds,
to be
like-
deceived into giving it away. I have decided already.
Okay,
I'm not
Nick, roll
giving it
insight
away.
advantaged. You have to beat a 21.
No, he's rolling deception to try and be convincing, but it had nothing to do with convincing. I wasn't going to give it to him, period. I was going to go put it in a box. Final
I'm
roll.
like,
anyway,
look at me
though.
like, please.
No, absolutely not.
I'll make sure Mom keeps an eye on it.
You realize the whole problem is people keeping an eye on it, period. It's keeping an eye on us. He's
put
probably
it in a-
laughing at us right now.
We'll put it in a bag.
You want to... You want to put it in a bag.
Yes.
What's
Why?
that? It's a bomb! A bomb? Why is there a bomb sitting around the floor? Well, I was gonna put it in the drawer. What's the drawer gonna do?
It's like... And how exactly is the bag going to solve our problem?
You
Pardon me,
think a
out of
demon
sight,
can
out
talk
of
through
mind?
bags?
So let me get this straight. If you can't float it down the river, you put it in a bag.
Yeah. That's how I solve all my problems that don't go away.
Where do you put all the bags?
In the river.
I love that little pause. In the river? No. No. We will find you a different shiny arc. Look, no, you know what? I gave you the big axe, remember?
Yeah.
You have a giant axe. It's bigger than you are.
It's really cool.
It is.
But imagine if like I attached the crystal. Do you have anything that
What?
can?
What is
Oh,
the
look.
sending crystal going to do to your axe other than show the big bad guy how well you do or don't swing the axe? Okay, I will admit, an axe with a big old seeing crystal in the middle of it is kind of dope, but not like safe.
I have an idea.
I
Since
don't
you
like your
technically-
ideas.
Since you technically gave me ownership rights to the crystal,
I did
could
no
I
such thing.
you did. You said I said keep these, and you didn't argue.
And
Could I
now I'm
commission you?
arguing.
Could I commission you to disconnect it and then give it back?
That's a very real possibility. If I can find a way to disconnect it from the big bad guy, I would not be opposed to giving it back to you. My issue is not the rock. My issue is not the fact that the rock is probably seeing everything that we are doing, and the bad guy's probably laughing at us at the right moment. The issue is the fact that it's the bad guy on the other end.
I'd like to look up at Nick and be like, "Hey, Magic Rock, blink if you can hear us."
Magic Rock is still.
See, no one's watching.
Since I'm a warlock, shouldn't I know the most about this? Shouldn't I be the one to hold on to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it in a box.
Samri speaks to you. Technically, I'm the one that knows the most about this, and Ari knows just as much as I do.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
then
yes,
you look at it.
Yes, we are. Look,
I'm going to hold Samri forward.
I'm going to. What do you want me to do?
There's an owl now looking at.
Well, that's very cool. And what do you want me to do?
Show him the rock.
Oh, fine. I'll hold it out like a few inches away from the sword or owl or whatever.
All right. Samri's familiar manifestation picks it up and then gives it back, and it's like it tells you the same thing that Ari told Nick.
Oh. So nothing new, but still, okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it back to the shop. I'm going to put it in a box, and I'm going to try and figure out if I can disconnect it. See if Dad left any tools around that could help me with that.
Are you going to put it down the river?
If I disconnect it and figure out how it works, I will give the rock back to you. Cool.
that.
I have a great idea. Let's put the Firestone at the bottom of the ocean. Sam chimes in.
We are several days away from the ocean.
That's what the river's for.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the river
gosh,
takes it to the
people in
ocean.
river.
Yeah.
You put it in a little wooden box and it floats away.
So, all those bodies and those things that I asked you to take care of, did you just throw all of them in the river these past few years?
Look, Alex, you're an artificer. Build some sort of incendiary that goes off in about a week, right? We put that in a box with the crystal. It takes, 5 days for it to get to the ocean. It will then spend 2 days floating out into the ocean. The incendiary will destroy the box and the crystal will sink to the bottom of the ocean.
That's a very clever idea.
If we're gonna destroy
But
it,
that
we
is a
could just
lot
do
of
it
work
here.
to get rid of a crystal. Let's just try and disconnect it. You know what? Arguing this has been great. I'm gonna go to my shop now. I will be back with the rock once I figure out how to disconnect it. If I cannot disconnect it, yes, you can float it down the river.
Yay!
I'm going to lean into the dwarf. So why are we throwing it down the river?
Alex would love to know why.
Because it would be a problem.
Why would throwing it down the river be a problem?
No. It if it's being thrown down the river, it's because it's a problem.
But if it's disconnected, then
washes
it's not a
away all
problem.
Go to the artificer's shop.
But
Gosh, darn
if
it.
he already disconnects it, why would we put it down the river? It's already clean.
Oh no, this is for if he can't.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that makes sense.
I am amazed that our kids have lived this long.
We must be doing something right.
You grew up the past 10 years without, your parents, so you weren't quite raised properly.
I don't know, somewhere between the half-plate armor and the shield, it kind of helps me live.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
we'll
also
just
got a
keep
magic
taking it.
necklace and scale mail.
Yeah, we are. You know what we are? We're kids who have inherited too much.
Too much money. Oh.
You're all sorcerers at heart.
Nick, you want to know the best part?
Yes.
I still have almost 800 gold.
Oh my gosh. That you can make several magic items with that if you wanted to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Or a big magic item.
I cannot make big magic items yet.
Yep.
I
You
can rare
need
items.
to be level 6 to make
Rare.
rare, yeah.
And I am not 6 yet.
You're not leveling up this section, but you might level up. You'll be level 6 by the end of session 9. I don't know if by the end of session 8 but by the end of session 9, you will be level 6.
Cool.
So soon I can spend all my gold.
Totally. It's worth saving up if there's not things that wouldn't provide an immediate advantage to you.
All right, but it is now 11 o'clock, and that was all I had planned for this session.
I
So
think
we'll
we
be wrapping up.
dragged that out plenty. So,
Nice. You know what I'm curious about?
what?
Would upgrading a magic item, like +1 to +2, would that cost less than making a +2 item?
I'd have to give it some thought or look into it.
Okay.
A straightforward improvement from +1 to +2, maybe, but the money difference from +1 to +2 is pretty substantial. So, like,
Yeah, so you might just so +1 is uncommon, +2 is rare. I might just subtract like the uncommon cost from the rare magic item.
Ooh. Sick.
yeah, it is saving a good bit
Still
of
wouldn't
money,
be a
but
whole lot, but it'd be something.
It'd still be money.
it
Yep.
would still be money. Yeah. Although, admittedly, the +1 to +2 weapons,
How
shield,
much do
and
rare weapons cost? Or rare items?
we figured this out earlier. Because uncommon is
200 plus.
effectively 14. Well, we won't have to spend favor for these next few ones, just because we
Mhm.
just got a bunch of pieces. So,
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
So you
currently
have
we
materials
have-
for 4 more uncommon magic items.
yes. We just got 4 more, and we still have 1 material left over from that James did not end up using.
Mhm.
So we still technically have 5. We can make 5 uncommon magic items currently.
Right. Also,
We
you
also have
guys
enough-
get 5 favor for the session.
Woo!
I favor.
5,
Alright.
yes.
Cha-ching!
Money, 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 money.
Astrid's pretty busy right now. Can't go handing it out left and right.
Understandable. We're gonna have to make do in this world all on our own.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, okay, so you got 5 items because you got 2 from the warlock. You got 1 from the orc, 2 from the warlock, and 1 from each elemental.
Yeah, and then 1 left over from James.
Yeah,
So
there you
6
go, okay.
total.
Cool.
I done my math.
My initial
while we
math was
were
off by 1.
Same.
Alrighty. I'm going to go and end the stream here. We went about now. It's 2.5 hours now. We went about an hour and a half without speech from you guys, maybe more. I don't know. I edited the description of the video to say, yeah, forgot about that. It comes back in after combat's over. But I'm gonna leave this up so we at least have something. And
Yeah.
I'll release it to the public at my usual time of 10 a.m. tomorrow. So thanks to anyone who watched. Sorry about the audio. Someone remind me next time we stream to double check that. And we will see you all next time.
Cool beans.